I'm not playing with you. This lady was hood. She was gangster. She was a mafia. She sold drugs. Like, she did everything. She just got out of prison. This fool had me thinking that this lady was crippled and bedridden. This woman healthier than me.
You wanna know what I'm singing about?
Hey guys, it's Iman and I'm back with another one. And as you can read below, baby, I brought the kettle. Honey, yes, it's piping hot. So go get your cup, go position yourself, and come get this tea. So if you follow my Facebook, I had put on Facebook like maybe 6 to 7 different story times that you guys may want to hear. And it boiled down to 2 story times. And one of them was accidentally dropped her baby out the window. And the second story was his granny fired on me. And obviously, because your beautiful messiness, because y'all just, you know what? I can depend on your inner messy. Like, because I didn't want to tell the baby story, because the baby story was so short. But I was like, come on, inner messy, come out. Vote for Granny. Vote for Big Granny. Okay? And y'all did just that. You voted for Big Granny. Thank you. I put that out there. I put the energy out there. I was like, you know what? They're going to vote for Big Granny. Boom. And you did. Thank you. But wait a minute. Pause. Before we get to sipping, I need y'all to take a moment and go subscribe. No. Go subscribe. I'll wait. Okay? All right? Now, since you're there, let's just be honest. You're going to like the story anyway, girl. Like, the story is going to pop. Like, you already know the story is going to pop. You might as well just like it. Girl, just hit like. Hit it. You hit it? I think I heard it. Okay, cool. And while you're there, okay, just look. Last one. I said it was the last one, I promise. Hit the little bell right there. Like, oh, yeah. Hit that. That's for notifications. Yeah. So every time I drop a video, it's going to be right there at the top of your phone, like, ding. And y'all know I don't do videos often, so I'm not going to bother y'all. Just, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. Okay, so this story is about the time his granny fired on me. And I know y'all thinking like, oh my God, Iman was bad. Like, she out here squaring up with church mothers. And no, it's not even like that, sis. I would never put my hand on mother doors. But this Negro lied to me. He had me thinking his granny was a vegetable. No, his granny was with the functions. And I just was not ready. I was like, first of all, where did you come from? I didn't even see you. But we're going to get into that a little later. Let's start from the beginning. Now look, I was young, okay? I was young. I was dumb. I didn't know no better. This story has to be one of the most embarrassing things that happened to me. One of the most embarrassing, one of the most disrespectful, one of the most dangerous, and one of the most just ratchetest stories that I got for y'all. Like, I don't even know how God is real. That's all I'm gonna say. Even when I didn't have a relationship, he covered me. A lot of the situations that I've been in, y'all, I should really be dead because I was that much of an idiot. I was so stupid. Like, I did a lot of stupid stuff coming up. My God. But we're going to get into the story, though, okay? Now, that's enough. We're going to get into the story. Now, I'm going to take you back to the beginning, okay? So, somewhere between 2010 and 2012, I think, I had already had my first son when this happened. So it was along one of those years, either 2010, 11, or 12, one of those. But anyway, I had an appointment to go see a worker. So I pulled up on him. I pulled up on him in my public transportation or whatever, stepped off the bus looking fly or whatever, I'm trying not to blend in with the natives, you know me? So if you know anything about the TAD office in LA on Adams and Graham, right down the street from Trade Tech, you know that line was always wrapped around the building. Like, you can't just go in that office, handle your business, and then go live your best life. Like, you have to sit in that line for a good 30 to 40 minutes before you actually just hit the front door. Of course, all these dudes is gonna holler at you or, hey, beautiful, how you doing? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, pull up, stop, try to get your attention out the car, and you gotta look like I'm not a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta fend for your life. That's the normal, right? So every day I just, I'm on my phone texting or whatever, minding my business, okay? And every blue moon, some guy walk up, how you doing? Oh, do what they do. And I look up, smile, and I look back at my phone. It was really not a big deal. Like, every woman in LA, you're not special, boo. Like, everybody's getting hollered at. If you had panties, you was getting hollered at, period. Even if you couldn't afford them, you was getting hollered at. Man, that's a whole nother story. Let me not get up in that. But this bum really tried to holler at me like he was a real homeless man, and he really had a real life box in the alley across the street from Trade Tech. And I didn't know whether to be like, you go ahead with your bad self for shooting your shot, or be offended because I feel like, dang, what about me made you comfortable enough to get at me? Like, I was like, nigga, do I smell like you? Like, dang, you bold. So I pull up, I get in line, I'm on my phone, every few minutes, somebody saying what's up. So this one particular cat, the cat of the story, pull up and, not pull up, he walked up to me. And, he was like, hey, how you doing? So I'm texting, I look up, how you doing? And I look back down and finish texting. This particular dude was very persistent. And I've dealt with persistence before, and I've shut them all down. But this guy was there was a spirit beneath his persistence. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, oh, what's your name? So, of course, I'm never going to get my real name. Patricia, Precious. I really don't know what name I gave him, but I did not give him my government. The name I gave him was not placed on my birth certificate, okay? So he proceeds to shoot his shot. I'm like, okay, so in my mind, I'm thinking like this. All right, he making small talk, cool. You feeling uncomfortable. So, you just gonna acknowledge him, he, okay, and politely shut him down, That didn't work like that. It didn't work like that. It did not work like that. This fool, now keep it, let me tell you this. Hey, look. This dude was not the cutest dude, okay? He wasn't ugly. He wasn't ugly, okay? He was if you put him in a group of dudes, he wouldn't be my first choice, depending on what the other dudes look like. Like, if they uglier. Oh, I sound shallow. Oh, God. But he wasn't cute. I'm just going to keep it 100. Even the word acknowledge ugly people. They didn't call them ugly, but they let you know that person was not a looker. He was not a looker, honey. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't cute. Okay. So, moving on. He talking, making small talk. I'm thinking I'm going to be able to, let him down gently. It didn't happen like that. This dude had the nerve to be super smooth. I mean, it's always the the questionable ones, the questionable looking ones that got all the swag and, just real gentleman-like, and he was smooth. He was smooth. He was funny. He knew what he was doing. Later on in this story, you're going to find out, he knew what he was doing very well, honey. Somebody trained him. A grown man trained him. That's for sure. But just know, later on in life, I applied that same game. And I married him. Got him! Okay, so yeah, he ended up being funny. He ended up, being just smooth, just real cool. Like, I can actually see myself being like his actual friend. Like, at that time, I was smoking. So I can see myself calling him up like, we about to kick it, come through, come hang out with us. I can see that he was that type of cat. He was cool. So, he talked to me, because, the line is long. He talked to me all the way until I got to the front door of the county building. And at that time, the line was moving really swiftly. So I was like, I cut it short. I wasn't being rude at this time no more. Like, my intentions wasn't to be rude. I was just ready to say bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go secure the benefits real quick and then go home. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to do. So I was like, okay, nice meeting you. Nice talking to you. Thank you for keeping me company. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next life. That was how I thought it was going to go down. I go up in here. I was up in here for an hour, y'all. I was in this building for a whole hour, securing the stamps. I get out. This fool's still here. He's still here. So he didn't see me at first. He was talking to these guys. So I'm like, let me slip by. I try to slip away. I just want to be undetected. I was trying to be a ninja. I was trying to, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to be here and then gone. Period. But of course, he saw me, stopped me. We talked a little bit more. A part of me wanted to be like, well, I got to go catch my bus, so we're going to have to cut this short. And I did in some way. He asked for my number before I left. I just, politely declined. But that smooth operator came up out of him. And I was like, 323-895. You got the number, okay? I swerve off in my public transportation. I go home. He called me that night. So we talking. Not really a bad guy to talk to. I'm like, okay, it's cool, whatever. This dude, I swear if he was evil, he can convince me to jump off the dang cliff. Because he somehow convinced me, or I somehow was convinced enough to agree to come to his house the next day. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll come over, chill, kick it, whatever. So I'm talking to my auntie, and if you guys remember my last story time, I spoke about my auntie, in that one too. She not my blood auntie, but in a sense, she did a lot for me. She took care of me a lot, so she was definitely involved in my life a lot. So she, unfortunately, was there for all the dumb stuff. Like, she was like, she might as well just looked at me and was like, baby, you stupid. Because I don't know what I was going through, but that wasn't it. Okay. So I was talking to her about it, and she was like, you know what, have fun. I'll watch the baby, Go, go be young. You know what I'm saying? So I get dressed, I get, flawless or whatever. I get real cute. And let me tell y'all, let me just pause right here. If a dude really want to come see you, he gonna get on a bus, he gonna call a taxi, he gonna ask his daddy for the car, he gonna ask his homeboy to pick him up and drop him off, then pick him back up to go drop him back off at the house, or he gonna walk, or he gonna go borrow a bike to come see you if he really, 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 really want to come see you, like real bad. And I know this personally. Anyway, I know this personally, baby, because you can ask my husband. That man lived nowhere near me. He got on Old Bessie and he rode that bike all the way to my side of town just to see me sweaty. Sweaty, looked toe up, and he was going to come to see me. Period. So that's how you know how young and just dumb I was. Like, girl, why ain't nobody stop me? Auntie, why you really stop me? Why you didn't say, don't you get on that bus? Don't be thirsty. Like, that was thirsty. Like, I didn't even really want to see him, and yet I was doing thirsty stuff. Like, how you not want to see him, but you being thirsty? Like, anyway. So I get dressed, I get on the bus, I get on the metro. I'm not sure exactly where he lived, but I know it was deep down in the hood, where it was a perfect place to get shot, stabbed, and raped. I mean, like, I was nervous. I was petrified, okay? And then when I got off the bus, I had to walk to his house from the bus stop, and it took like 15, 20 minutes to get to his house because I didn't know where I was going. Like, I was petrified, y'all. So I'm over here calling my auntie like, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. And she like, call him, text him, let him know where you at. So I'm walking down the street like a pigeon, girl. It was like just... I'm looking everywhere, honey, because I swear I thought I heard footsteps in the back of my... I swear I thought I heard footsteps back there. Girl, this pigeon neck did a whole 3-second... I'm not playing. I was really looking like I was on crack because I was just so scared, like somebody was going to pull up like, yell they hood out and then blast on me like, oh, get right! I was scared like somebody was going to come and snatch me up. Like, I'm not a little girl, so it's not going to be real easy to snatch me up. But if you big enough, you might be successful. The fear of me potentially being a missing person. Like I'm not even coming with the intention to get none. And I'm risking my whole life to come see you. To come see you. And you really want to see me. Like, you should have came to me. I got to teach my daughter. I got to teach her the right way. So, it take me like 15 to 20 minutes to get to his house. So, he called me while I was on the phone. So, I'm like, okay, he called it, whatever. I'm like, hey, where you at? He like, I'm going to be on the porch so you can see me. So, I knew what block. I just didn't know which house. So, luckily, he was like just 2 houses down from the corner of the block that I turned on. So he was sitting on the porch. So I go up there, he greet me, we hug or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, he on the porch like, oh, that's so sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, he making sure, like, let me see, make sure she hit the block or whatever. But now that I think about it, no, he just didn't want me to hit that doorbell. Because I wasn't supposed to be there, okay? But we're going to get that in a quick minute. So he greet me. We go in the house, and his room happened to be right by the front door. So, which was really good because my feet was hurting, and I really didn't want to tour the house. Like, I just wanted to sit down immediately. Even if your room was in the back of the house, I'm about to sit on this couch right here in the living room because my feet hurt. I was walking for 20 minutes. I'm tired. So we go in his room, and I'm standing there. Like, I'm not trying to make, I wasn't trying to make him feel uncomfortable, and I wasn't trying to be like, well, I'm going to stand here until you offer me a seat. I was just really like scanning the room. That's one. And then I was scanning the room for danger, really. And I was scanning the room to find a seat, and I could not find a seat. So I had to sit at the foot of his bed. I think about it, I kind of feel like he set it up that way. Like, I feel like he had chairs up in there. I feel like it was chairs up in here when I feel like you had a stool up in here. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a computer right next to your bed, and it's on the desk. And all the desks that I've come across in my life has always had a stool, okay? I think he removed it, so I would have to sit on his bed. So he like, you can have a seat. I'm like, cool. I sit on the foot of the bed. We talking, we exchanging information about ourselves, regular stuff. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm not uncomfortable. He not trying to, get at me like that, at least not yet. We start talking about music. We start talking about all type of stuff, And he put some music on. It was cool. It was right. I was like, I like this. I can do this. Like, I'm comfortable. And at this time, I wasn't used to going to dudes' houses. I wasn't used to going on dates with dudes. I was very much so a loner. I didn't mess with dudes like that. Man, I took myself to the movies. Like, I made my little money, got my little money. I didn't make nothing. It was the county money. But I took my little money. I took myself out on a date. Like, I really wasn't that fond of men. But in that little time, the men that I've run into has not always been jerks. But most of them, it just be like, I'm absolutely positive by this time you guys have already realized that this boy got game. He got game. Did I tell you he got game? He got so much game. From the county building all the way till I got to his front door. He got game. He got game. The fact that you convinced me, I can hurt a salesman's feelings. The fact that you got me to your house, to your bed, you got game. And he knew it. He knew it. He knew the rules and he followed them. And my stupid self strayed away from the pack, trying to be a lone wolf, trying to, I can do this, and got gobbled up, got towed up. Anyway, we get to talking or whatever. Sis, I promise you I'm not lying. I have no clue how long them lights been out. I was sitting in a dark room. And you thinking to yourself, well, how you not know the lights when I promise you I was not paying attention. We was just like so into the conversation. And I did have my phone in my hand, but it don't matter. Like, you can see, even if you wasn't paying attention, you can notice the lights out. Like, no, I didn't even notice the lights went out. Until I was like, it looked a little dark in here. But you know what it really was too? Now, I'm not going to make no excuses. But when we did go in his room, the light that he did have was super, super dim. So it already looked dark in his room. Like, the light was like really like a dark, dim yellow. Like, you know how your lights don't really light up your room and still look dark in your room? Them little cheap lights. That's how it really looked. So when he turned it off, it really didn't make much of a difference. And I think that's why I didn't notice that it went off. But that just lets you know I wasn't on my P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? Like, 4 niggas could have ran through the door and ransacked us. And I'm just like, which way did he go, baby? Just looking slow. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on my P's and Q's. How do I not know that you turned off the light? Like, when did you turn off the light? You were sitting right next to me. When did you get up? That's the question. When did you get up? I ain't even see you get up. I seen you playing with the computer. And I ain't looked at my phone long enough for you to get up. Like, I was speechless. And at that moment, I knew exactly what was going on. But I'm not going to lie. I was a little intrigued. I'm like, okay, give me some good love, yeah. I was a little intrigued because he was so, like, the transitions was just like it was like, oh, like you do this a lot. You do this a lot. But see, the fact that I knew that he did this a lot didn't bother me. Because I felt like if I did take it there, he would know what he was doing. Oh, so young and little naive Iman. But anyway, so it worked. Now, pause. We didn't go all the way. Okay? So y'all thought y'all was gonna get some. Yeah, no, we didn't do none of that. I ain't give it up. He started being a little handsy. Okay, fine. You know, he set the mood. I mean, now I'm in the mood. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, hold on, let me position myself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, okay, wait, this mic can go somewhere. Like, the handsy part is okay, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't planning on going that far because we was in his grandmother's house. Now, let me stop right here. When he spoke to me earlier about his grandma, he was like, yeah, I live with my grandma, and my grandpa, they real old. My grandma is kind of like, he gave me the impression that his grandma was like low-key bedridden, like she was real old, and he pretty much take care of her, like, because she can't really do nothing for herself. So I'm thinking it's an old lady in the bed in the back of the house somewhere, you know, smelling like stockings with no panties, like smelling like convalescent, you know. That was the impression. You know what I'm saying? I was more concerned about the grandpa because he didn't tell me that the grandpa was like the grandma. So I'm like, okay, well, Papa's still walking around and he, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he bust in here, he gonna drag you. Because, you know, you're not expecting a man to put his hands on you. He just gonna be like, you know, get out, little hussy. You know, that's gonna be the end of that. So I wasn't worried about the grandma. But he was like, you know, my grandpa don't really mess with me like that.
Hi.
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 Bye.
Bye.
They sent her in here. Anyway, so yeah, he was like, my grandpa don't ever mess with me like that. He don't ever come in the room at all. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, whatever. So I felt a little bit more comfortable. You know, I felt like if we were to take it there, we wouldn't be disturbed. Oh, I sound ratchet. I was ratchet. I was ratchet. I was a ratchet child. I was like 19, 20, maybe. Disrespectful. No home training. None. Look, I don't know where this was going. All I know is I was in a very vulnerable state. And I don't mean mentally. I mean physically. I didn't have my shirt on. Like, I didn't have a shirt on. Like, and my pants was about to disappear too. I didn't have a shirt on, and my pants was halfway hanging off, and I had took my shoes off a long time ago. So, and we in the dark, like, even with his light on, it's still dark. So I would have to literally take my time to find my shoes, right? Tell me. And the music was playing. It wasn't playing like super loud, but it was playing loud enough for us not to hear nobody coming. Dog. Yo. I felt like Massa walked in on us not doing no work. When I tell you she busted through that room, it was like, the way she did it was, she just didn't bust through the room. She was sitting at that door listening. She was standing at that door listening. Or his papa was listening and went to go tell the grandma. He did not tell me his grandma was buck wild. That lady used to gangbang. I don't care what nobody say. She was from somebody's hood. He was sitting on the bed and I was standing in front of him. Like, you know, I was standing in front of him. Like, you know, being cute, being fast, okay? And she walked in there and she just started swinging. I got that first hit. I was like, oh! I'm getting a whooping by this dude, grandma. Like, she don't even got a belt. She got a whole stick. Like, we getting bopped in the head. He like, grandma, wait, stop. I'm like, oh, and girl, Pawpaw standing right behind the grandma like, you a hoe. Oh my God. All I see was a man standing behind her and she swinging. She like, get your little hussy, where your mama at? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry, man. And she didn't care. She didn't care that she accidentally hit me because she hit me on my way out the door. I'm not playing with you. This lady was hood. She was gangster. She was a mafia. She sold drugs. Like, she did everything. She just got out of prison. This fool had me thinking that this lady was crippled and bedridden. This woman healthier than me. I can't. So this the cold part. As she like, get your stuff. They standing there. I'm looking for my shirt. Mind you, I don't have my shirt on. And she turned the light on, but it's still kind of dark. So I'm looking for my shirt. I can't find my shirt. I can't find my shoes. Do y'all know how that feel? Standing half naked in front of two old people that's looking at you like a hussy and keep calling you a hoe? Like, I've never felt as low as I did at that moment. Like, oh my God, I wasn't gonna hit this lady back. First of all, even if I was trifling like that, I was so shocked. I probably would have been thinking, damn, I should have hit her like long after I went back to the bus stop. But no, I was just like, oh my God, I got beat up. Like, this lady just really fired on me. Like, she just took off and then wouldn't stop. Like, no, I know I hit you. I meant to hit you. Now move so I can hit that nigga. Like, that's what happened. And I finally found my shirt. I put my shirt on. I found my shoes. I put my shoes on. No, I found my shoes and I hightailed it up out of there. Okay, now here's the thing. I had to come back because I dropped my phone. And I couldn't find my phone because I was trying to call my auntie like, oh my God, guess what? And I couldn't find my phone. So I'm like, oh my God. When I say I low-key didn't even want to go back for the phone, like, I wanted to keep the phone there like you could have the Metro. I'll go get it replaced. But I needed my phone. It was dark. I think it was like, I forgot what time it was, but if you know LA buses, they run all hours. I think I went back to get my phone and I was looking on the grass and he seen me. Remember, his room is right by the front door, so his window is, he can see everything. So he seen me coming, and before I can even say anything, he handed me my phone. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I thought I had my phone when I ran up out the house. But obviously, I left it in his room. So when I came back, he gave me the phone. He was like, hey, I'm sorry. I was like, don't worry about it. And I just walked off. Like, I didn't give him no hug. I didn't say, and I never talked to him after that again. Like, I had never talked to this dude again after that. Like, I was already scary. Like, I already gave you a chance. Like, I wasn't even supposed to be here. And this, that's like earning the trust of a unicorn. That's a once in a lifetime thing. Once you scare that unicorn, you never gonna see that horn again. I was gone. So I get my phone, I'm calling. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so scared. She was like, get your butt home. I'm like, oh my God.
Hi. Yeah.
I was getting to the good part. Bye.
Bye.
And I'm like, she like, get your butt home. I'm like, I'm walking. I'm gonna get on. I'm about to get on the bus. I'm about to get on the bus right now. So I'm going to the bus, y'all. As if this wasn't bad enough, I'm on the phone. Because I'm like, please talk to me. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm at this bus stop by myself. I know I'm in the hood. I know this is where it goes down. Like, I always find myself in the just most jacked up positions. Like, that is, like, I was not very bright, okay? I always find myself in the most tore position. But as if that wasn't enough, I'm at the bus stop, talking to her on the phone, like, just stay with me on the phone because I'm scared. This car keep driving back and forth, okay, y'all? I don't even know the color of the car. I don't even remember how many dudes was up in there. I just know it was multiple dudes up in there, right? And like I told you, this is the perfect neighborhood to die, go missing, get raped, get turned out. Like, this is the perfect neighborhood. Like, if you just wanted to die, go stand right there. Stand there, just park, and don't move. Like, this car keep going back and forth, and I'm like super nervous now because there's nobody outside. Who else are you looking at but me? And I'm nervous because I'm like, oh my God, what if the last bus already went past? Y'all, if the last bus had already left, what was gonna happen to me? I was gonna be stranded with nobody to pick me up. Like, that's what I mean by I do dumb stuff. I used to do a lot of dumb stuff, trying to figure the world out. Like, anyway, so the car keep creeping back and forth real slow, and I'm like, I'm scared. And at the time, you can call Metro and ask for the schedule. So she figured out the schedule some type of way, and she was like, there should be one coming. So he driving, he stopped. He rolled down the window. He looked at me, rolled the window back up. He'll turn and then disappeared, but then come back down this street again. He went down. Finally, y'all, I don't know what this man had. I don't know what these dudes had planned, but I know it was nothing good. I know for a fact. Let me tell y'all what happened. Let me tell y'all how God worked. Let me tell you how God worked, because I should not be here. I know for a fact that they was going to come out, either jump me, rob me, beat me up, kill me, or kidnap me, or do all of the above. He drove down the street for the last time and busted a Yui. Girl, when I tell you, all my food almost came out on both ends. I was like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and y'all really about to play me right now. All 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 5 of y'all. Like, ooh, and they pulled up, girl. When I tell you, they didn't say nothing. They just rolled down the window and looked at me. Girl, I swear I did not see this big old orange bus pull up, but that bus pulled up right behind them. Oh my God. That bus pulled up right behind them fools. Do you know, I looked at them, I was so calm. I looked at them, and I just got on the bus, and they pulled off. Like, with haste, they pulled off. I got on that bus. That bus driver looked at me. I looked at the bus driver. I put my little monies up in there. I sat my black self down, and I took myself home. I sure did. And I had one more bus after this bus to take to get to the house, but I didn't care because I feel like, okay, now I'm back in my neck of the woods. I can walk. I know this place inside. I'm pretty much home now. Even if I am 10 minutes away, I'm home now. I must hightail it all the way home. Oh my God, y'all. I got beat up, and I was about to get raped, or beat up again, or robbed, or kidnapped. I don't know. I don't know what they had planned for me. But God said no. And I said, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Is on the main line. Tell them what you want. I want to go home and be safe. Jesus is on the main line. Tell them what you want. Yeah, I had to call on Jesus that day. I didn't even have a relationship, but I sure called on his name. Talking about denied me 3 times. No, I acknowledged him 3 times. Do you understand what I'm saying? Take me home. Take me home. Because these fools trying to take me to the king. I'm not ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to get beat up. I wasn't ready to get stabbed. I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready for the whole day. I wasn't ready. And I never did it again. Okay? I just never went to another man's house again. And that was that. That was that story. I got beat up. I almost got beat up again. Raped, stabbed, killed, and kidnapped. All because I was trying to be grown. Stay a kid. Don't be fast. Be slow. Okay? Not mentally. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be mentally slow. Not purposely. Anyway. Okay? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my story. And for anybody who's watching who's 18 or younger, even 20 or younger, don't grow up too fast. You know, don't hop on no metro bus to go see some dude that live an hour away. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be grown. Sit at home. Text them on the phone. And leave them alone. You guys want to hear more stories? Let me know. Comment down below. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know what you want to see. Do you want to get more story times? Do you want to see me do more makeup tutorials? Do you want to see me, do you want me to vlog? I don't know what you possibly would want to see in my life because I'm boring, honey. I got 3 kids. Unless you want to see them little rugrats, I don't even want to see them little rugrats. So I don't know what you would want to see with the vlogging. But if you got a challenge that you see everybody else doing and you want to see me do it, girl, let me know. Like, I need this YouTube to jump, honey. I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I love y'all. Peace.